So I want to start today by saying thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you for coming here and waking up every morning and fighting so hard to save this country and to save our American dream, which is under attack like never before. It would not be possible without you. So I want you to all give yourselves a round of applause for everything you've done for our country, because we're going to need you in the months ahead more than ever. And I also want to say thank you to somebody who's not here yet, but who you'll be hearing from very soon, which is the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. God blessed me with the great fortune of getting to be an eyewitness to history for the last 6 years, from the campaign through the whole White House, and I was proud to be there each and every day, always faithful, always true. And I can tell you, from what I have seen, what I have witnessed, what I have experienced, what you all know to be true, which is that no president has ever fought harder, with more strength, more passion, and more force to defend this country than Donald J. Trump. He fought the Marxists, the socialists, the radical left. He fought the open borders lunatics. He fought big tech. He fought big business. He fought China. He fought the terrorists. Every single person trying to steal our dream and our nation, he fought and kept fighting. And that's why they kept coming after him, because he never backed down in standing up for each and every one of you. Under President Trump, a new conservatism was forged. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. What Donald Trump understood, and what this new conservative populism understands, is that America is more than the sum of our GDP. The measure of our nation is far more than the measure of our balance sheet. America is a living, breathing thing. It has a beating heart, it has a beautiful soul, and it has proud, patriotic citizens like each and every one of you. For years, professional conservatives and professional Republicans, all they ever wanted to do was talk about GDP, GDP, GDP. Well, you know what? President Trump did an amazing job growing this economy. But what's so much more important than that is defending this nation's heritage, its culture, its values, so that our children, our sons and daughters, can grow up in a country that is proud of its past and proud of its destiny. I speak to you today, I would gladly trade, if I had the choice, 1 point off the GDP, if in exchange, every single American child could go to a school where they were taught to love their country, its values, its heroes, its history, its story. No nation, ladies and gentlemen, no nation can long survive that teaches its own children to hate it. That's as unnatural as a family that discards its own children. We are doomed, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't stand up for our nation's children. We are doomed if we don't. And I know that you will. With all of your heart and soul, I know that you will. Because you understand the most important truth of all. America is not an idea. America is a nation. A nation has families. A nation has towns. It has communities. A nation raises armies. A nation has a culture, a story, a heritage. These are the things worth fighting and dying for. And a nation, ladies and gentlemen, a nation has borders. Ideas don't have borders or boundaries. Ideas don't have towns and families, and ideas don't have citizens. So we are a nation that believes in ideas, but we are still, ladies and gentlemen, a nation not only with the right, but the sacred duty to take care of our own citizens above every other consideration. our own children, our own families, our own communities, and to defend and protect our own sovereign borders is a sacred obligation from which we must never, ever back down. There's something truly warped, truly disturbing about the fact that there are some in this country who believe that the highest praise we can offer to call someone a dreamer is a title reserved for illegal aliens. It's an insult. It's an offense. It's a way of demeaning your own families and children whose dreams matter more than any other person in the world because they're American. They're our own children. I don't care if they're black or white or brown, but if you are an American citizen, then you are the dreamer that I am fighting for. You are the dreamer that matters. You are the dreamer that we need to be fighting for, standing up for, cherishing, protecting, and loving. And that's what this comes down to. It comes down to how much do we love our own children in this country? How hard are we willing to fight for our own American children, no matter where their ancestors came from? My life just changed in a big way. I'm the proud father of a 7-month-old daughter. Now, like you, I always believed in God. But the first time I held her in my arms, it was as if the whole majesty of creation was revealed to me. And I know many of you here today have felt and experienced the same thing. And so when I think about what motivates me, it's her, and it's your daughters too, and your sons, and those of every loyal, patriotic American. That's what gets me up in the morning, because my daughter and your daughters and your sons, they're entitled to parents that love and will fight for them, to schools that will care for them, not indoctrinate them. And they're entitled to a government that will put their needs first, last, and always. Because if we don't fight for and protect our own children, then who will? Not big tech, not big business, not the politicians in Washington. That's what motivates me, and I suspect it's what motivates each and every one of you. The idea that our children deserve to grow up in a country that cares about them, that protects them, that defends them, and that understands that they need to be the first in line when they graduate from college for a job, not a foreign citizen from a foreign country, that their factory, their business, their economic prospects matter more than some plant, some factory, some business in China or Asia or Mexico or any other country. That made in America matters, not just as an economic necessity, but as a moral necessity. That hiring American workers to do the job matters, not just for economic reasons, but for moral reasons. These are moral principles, ladies and gentlemen. The moral duty that we owe to our children and our children's children. That is the new conservatism. As of this moment in time, the Republican Party must file for divorce from big business and never look back. It must cite irrevocable differences and walk away from the oligarchs, the multinational corporations, and all the other massive business conglomerates that have no loyalty to this country. And it's time to file for divorce from the multi-billionaires like Bezos and Zuckerberg and Tom Steyer and everybody else. We have a disloyal elite in this country. The wealthiest, most privileged, most powerful people are trying to destroy this country. This has never happened before. Say what you will about Rockefeller, Carnegie, the other titans of years past, Guggenheim. At least they loved this country. At least they cared about its heritage. So I'll close today by asking you a few questions. Do you love the United States of America? Do you love its history? Do you love its heroes? Do you love the titans of the past, the adventurers, Davy Crockett and Lewis and Clark and Neil Armstrong and George Washington? Do you love all of the American greats and icons that made us who we are? Do you love our nation's culture? Do you love our nation's Constitution? Do you love our nation's borders? Then I need each and every one of you to wake up every morning and ask yourself the question, what will I do today to make America stronger and safer and more secure? I need each and every one of you to wake up and say, what can I do, me, myself, today as a proud citizen, to do my part to ensure that this country survives and thrives for another generation? And I'll leave you with this thought. The most powerful force that we have, we don't have all the money, folks. No, Jeff Bezos has all the money. We don't have the media. We know that. We don't have education, although we're taking it back. We don't have journalism. We don't have the legal profession. The deck is stacked against us pretty good. But there's one thing that we have, and it's the same thing that sent our American ancestors across the plains to settle the West, to victory in every great American battle. It's the same thing that sent people in covered wagons. It's the same thing that inspired the lawmen and the sheriffs and the frontier to establish law and order. It's the same thing that has willed patriots to victory in every generation. And it's the spirit that lives inside your heart as patriots. That's what we have. That's what you have. And if you act on that, if you seek guidance from God and strength and courage from our Creator, and you call upon the American spirit within yourself, if you remember that you are a proud citizen in the greatest country that has ever existed, and you call upon that force and you act on it every day, then I promise you this, though times may seem bleak, we will prevail, we will win, we will take back this country, we will reclaim our destiny, we will reclaim our borders, we will establish an immigration policy, a trade policy, an education policy, and a foreign policy that puts America first, that puts American children first, and that puts American families first. Ladies and gentlemen, we will triumph. God bless you. God bless Texas. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you.